Well, there is no rollback. I was at the model table last night for quite a while. I finished up the other 5 of this winch, and I guess right now the news is probably the weather. My neighbor's out right now blowing his driveway. I saw him going out, and I stuck my head out the door and I said, I'll wait until you're through, because the mist from his snowblower is blowing this way, and if I was to shovel out my door and stuff like that, he's going to be blowing snow onto where I shoveled anyway. I'm having a hard time concentrating here. I'm watching him in the monitor at the same time. Okay, yeah. Now, before I forget about these things here, apparently they are on step 2 of the Nelson. So that's what I thought. I was wondering about that yesterday. Are these are these little parts part of the Nelson kit? And it turns out they are. Anyway, okay. Let's recompose here, and we're going to have to move on. We've got our pump made now. Our winch made now. If we move over here, there's some sort of a little box with a piece of photo etch on it. And we have to make 10 of them. Now, there's a lot of them, but I think they're going to go really fast. So let's just, like I say, let's recompose here and have another sip of coffee. Now, a moment ago, I was packaging these up, and I was going to save them, and I guess I wasn't thinking about what I was doing, because we're not going to be needing these. So I think probably what we got is more plastic for our sprue pen, if we ever get at it. Now, you'll notice that I'm messing around a little bit with 8K, and I'm experimenting with Adobe Premiere Pro versus my Power Director, which I've been using for years, and I'm very comfortable with. Now, the Adobe Premiere Pro is a much better software, much better, except that I'm finding it a little bit complicated. It's taking me a while to figure out, fades and so on. It's sort of like, there's a way of doing it, but the way you do it is hidden under a rock, and you have to know which rock to turn over to take out the, you know what I'm getting at. It's just, you just have to know how to use it, and I'm not familiar with it. I did try it out many years ago, an older version. I think it was called, at that time, it was called CS5 or something, and I liked it then, but I didn't want to have to pay the exorbitant price for it. Now, when it's only a little less than $1 a day to rent it, well, I'm going to give it a try. But anyway, I'm like I say, I'm messing around with 8K, and when I do shoot in 8K, I'll put a little, like you saw the 8K slide across the bottom of the screen there, so to let you know this shot was filmed in 8K, even though it is probably going to be uploaded as 4K. But the idea is that it should be a little bit sharper than normal. That's the idea. Especially if you enlarge on it. Now, that's something I want to mention. One of the viewers was saying something to the effect of that he thought that my opening scene where I showed I think it was when I showed the guns on this thing, and he thought that it wasn't as clear as normal. Well, I don't think what he realized was that insert was an enlargement of the view. It wasn't the two camera thing, and I actually thought it was quite sharp, considering that we were able to see those little gun sights when enlarged from a very small picture on the screen. I thought it was actually pretty good. But you know, we'll take some of these and we'll try the 8K thing again, and this time I'll use the macro lens instead of enlarging a tiny segment of a wide view to be as big as if we had to use the macro lens. I know I'm not making any sense again, but it makes sense to me. So just let me recompose here, and we'll take a look at these. Okay, for you camera buffs now, we are shooting at ISO 160. Got lots of light going on here, by the way. f32, and the shutter speed is a 30th of a second. And we're shooting at 30 frames a second. Okay, all the way around. Okay, we need a total of 10 G6s. And being as we've got 6 frets, we got enough for 12 here. Now, I was going to say, I may as well go ahead and make all 12, except that I haven't checked the photo etch sheets yet, and it's quite possible that there's only enough photo etch pieces to make 10. So, well, we'll just make 10. Okay, got them all nipped up here, and here we go with our C23s. And as it turns out, there are 12. Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to make 11. And the reason being is because just as I was thinking to myself, I never did make up that bib, so, you know, to catch parts. And I'm not sitting very carefully at the table here. Just at that very second, I dropped one, and I couldn't find it. I didn't hear it hit the floor. It could be when it comes time to put on the pajamas tonight. I'll find it somewhere in my pants, but I don't wear pajamas. But anyway, I'm telling you more than you need to know, right? Okay, so let's get 10 of these, and then I guess the next thing to do is, I think we'll probably just use CA. I don't know, well, it has to be CA because we're working with photo etch. Okay, let's snip them off here. Well, here's what's happened. I tried to attach an 8K segment onto this video. And yeah, the Power Director just crashed on me. So I'm going to try and do it in Premiere Pro. Maybe I'll have it as a standalone video just for the fun of it. Yeah, if I do, you'll get notified, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen here yet. Yeah, too bad about that. Anyway. Well, a few minutes ago I came in from shoveling the snow off the front steps. And because the neighbor sort of went across the front with his snowblower. It made it a little easier. I probably had to shovel only half as much as I normally would. Yeah, I'm going to call it quits though for this afternoon. And all being well, I'll be going at it again a little later. And if I do, we'll have a rollback. In fact, I'm almost sure I'm going to. I want to, you know, put some of these parts together. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.